This is Marcus Washington with the Capital Dome Report, and we're going to start off with the Georgetown Hoyas. Georgetown plays Creighton next. They're coming off their best win of the year. They beat Providence 73-72 when David Duke missed a free throw that could have tied it for Providence at the end after probably one of the worst fouls of the game by Javon Blair when he undercut him with Georgetown up by 2 in the waning seconds. But Creighton is going to pose a very, very different problem than what Providence did. Providence runs a tight flex. You saw them running a lot earlier in the game. They widened the flex out when Nate Watson got in foul trouble, something that really helped Georgetown because Watson was very, very effective along with A.J. Reeves at the very beginning. Creighton is a lot different. Creighton will run a lot of 4-out, 1-high, 4-out, 1-high, dip down, similar to what you see Villanova does. They're led by Marcus Zagorowski. He was Big East preseason player of the year. He is very effective, 14.9 points a game with 4.4 assists. But he's not the only one. Their leading scorer is Denzel Mahoney. Mahoney can go inside, he can go outside. And that's going to be tough for Georgetown to handle. Now, look, the Hoyas love to play man defense, and this could end up working against them because Creighton is going to widen the floor. They're really going to space the floor. They're going to put Wahab, or when Eagle F.A. is in, they're going to put them both in screen and roll. I can see it coming in that 4-out, 1-high. So that's going to be tough to defend when you have to honor the wings. If you pinch, then there's going to be the passing lanes for all the Creighton shooters. If you don't pinch, then you have to worry about them getting to the front of the rim and possibly getting your bigs into foul trouble. So Georgetown has some work cut out for them. One of their keys will be, will Ewing mix up the defense? Will he play a little bit more zone defense? He played it for, 1-2 possessions against Providence. He did go 1-2-2 press against Providence maybe once or twice. That's stuff that he needs to do more often. It would be good if Coach Ewing would vary the defense and turn Georgetown into one of those multi-defensive teams as opposed to straight man, straight man, straight man. I'm a big man person, and I love that they go out and they attack, but you can go out and attack full court. You can come back to a 1-3-1 for one possession. You can go to a 2-3 for one possession, then go back to man. And there are just so many things you could do, especially with the athletes and the length that Georgetown has that they don't do. So a team like Creighton might be a bad matchup for Georgetown. Now, on the offensive end, Georgetown will need to have sort of that balance scoring that they had against Providence. Chudier Belay, he kind of jumped up there, filled in for the cold shooting Javon Blair. And Georgetown needs that. It cannot be Blair and Jamarco Pickett being volume shooters along with just throwing it into Qudus Wahab a handful of times. It must be a balanced, flowing offense, and we saw that. The one good thing about Pickett that he showed in the Providence game was he was really committed to getting to the front of the rim, and he did it successfully, and that will need to continue. But offensively, Georgetown will need to take care of the ball. Against Providence, best performance as far as turnovers. Georgetown is not very good when it comes to turning the ball over. They only turned the ball over 7 times against Providence. One of the things that Coach Ewing said when he was asked about it, he said they didn't do anything different. They just executed better. We will see how that works against Creighton. If I'm Creighton, I attack anytime I can attack defensively to see if I could take advantage of what are Georgetown's weakness, like I said, which is taking care of the ball. So Georgetown and Creighton, they face off tomorrow night at Creighton. And look, we're going to have to see. It was the win against Providence the thing that kicks Georgetown forward for a late season run, or was an aberration? We'll see, starting with Creighton, because Georgetown is going to have a tough stretch where they see Creighton twice. They're going to see Villanova again. So if they can capitalize off the momentum, the one thing that Pat Ewing said that is so true, which is they've played so many close games this year. And this is where turnovers and execution has killed them at the end. So the one game that they did win when they didn't turn the ball over and they executed at the end, is that the starting point? Is that the jumping point to a run? They are behind the 8 ball. No one's talking about them making the tournament. And really, on many levels, they shouldn't talk about them making the tournament because they're probably not going to unless they pretty much went out and then just make an incredible run in the Big East tournament. But that's neither here nor there. It all has to start or in this case, all continue after the Providence win with Creighton tomorrow night at Creighton on the road.